Hi, today I will tell you how I am saving $800 a month by selecting the right automation tool. There are multiple automation tools in the market, and today we will do the comparison and I will tell you how I am saving this much money. So let's start. Here I am using n8n self-hosted version and I am running almost 25k executions a week, that is almost 100k execution a month. If I have to do that same on the Zapier plan for 100k executions, Zapier cost me almost $700 to $800 a month, and that is also not for complete workflow. Even if one Zap include multiple tasks, they will charge me more. So that's the minimum. Similarly, if I go to make.com and if I assume there are 10 operations, because make.com don't charge you for complete workflow, it charge you for each step. So if I assume there are like 10 steps, that will be for 100k operations, for 100k workflows, it will be 1 million of operations. So that will again cost me almost $700 to $800. If I go to n8n and cloud version and I go to their 100k plan, 50k plus 50k, so that will be around $300. This is not the right way to do see this version, because this is for business where I am hosting it for other businesses and providing the services. With n8n you can reduce your cost to half. But if I go here and I take the community version and self-host it, then with just $20 you can run this whole scenario. And that's the same thing that I am doing for my business. Here we are running almost 2500 execution a week, and we just took 1 year VPS and hosted n8n there. And there are some other benefits of this particular stuff as well, not just a cost. There are many other benefits. I will talk later. So let's do a step-by-step comparison. If we talk about the pricing, so we already say that n8n is the best option in that scenario. There is one more thing, that is Google App Script, that is used for automation. It is limited with respect to the feature because that comes into code, but definitely it's free. And whenever you have to connect Google related tools, this is the best option from where you should start off. Polling time is you can run automation in each minute. Execution time is limited on AppScript. On other tools, it is generally much more than what we need. On Google AppScript, you cannot run an automation more than 6 minutes. So after that, you have to start it again, or you have to set triggers in a way that it automatically restart. So if you are running a large workflow that include many steps, that is not a way to go for. Then we talk about payment method. n8n has very clear pricing. It charge you for complete workflow from step A to step Z. Doesn't matter how many steps you have. That's their unique selling point. Pay for full execution, not for each step, but make.com charge you for each step. And Zapier is like in between, it charge you for Zap. If I have to start the automations right now, for example, I want to run automations for my business and I want to take start in next 60 to 120 minutes, so definitely I should go for Zapier because that's easy to start. Once I build 2, 3, 4 automation, then to scale it, to optimize it, to add more workflows, Zapier becomes much costly. And this is the time when you go for some other solutions, either it is n8n self-hosted or either you go for AppScript. Regarding ideal use case, Zapier is good for very quick automation. If you like visual building, make.com include almost all of the tools already integrated into that, so it is easy to integrate into a variety of tools. But if you go into n8n, it becomes a little bit more technical, but it saves you a lot of cost. And then there is Google Apps Script or Python code that comes here. We already discussed about this make.com hidden cost because it charge you for operations. So if you have 10 nodes in a workflow, it will charge you 10 operations. So the cost will again go to $740-$800. For Google Apps Script, there are two things. If you are using free Gmail account, you have a limit of 90 minutes per day. It don't ask you for either you are running 10 automations, 20 or 30. It just charge you how much time it take your automation to run for each day. On each day you can run for 90 minutes. but usually all businesses have workspace account. We consider that amount of 6 hours. Workspace account have a limit of 6 hours. You can run automations continuous for 6 hours with a break of 6 minutes. After each 6 minutes you have to rerun the automation. There are definitely tricks to handle it. You set triggers in a way that it automatically handle this particular thing. So when app script is the best scenario, for example, I have 30k products, 40k products on Shopify. I have to just translate it from one language to another, or I just have to add a summary on my leads, or I have like 50 images that I have to generate using a prompt. Using 50 prompts, I have to generate 50 images. In that scenario, you don't need to go to make.com or Zapier. It will cost you like $400-500. You can do that task free of cost using AppScript. And AppScript code can be written with GPT most of the time, and with some iterations you can fix it. So that's easier. But if there are like more steps, 5, 10, 15 steps, and you are integrating more than 2, 3, 4, 5 tools, then AppScript becomes harder to manage. Until unless you know the code, it becomes messy, and that's a time when you have to go to some other tools, some visual builders like n8n or Make. So if we talk about the winner by category, AppScript is the cheapest option, and you already have Google Sheet, you already have Gmail and all of the Google environment. It's integrated well into that, and it's free to run. If Zapier is beginner friendly, you have to build your first automation in next 2 hours, so definitely I would suggest to go with Zapier. If you have to talk about best value and scaling, then n8n self-hosted version is the winner here. It is also winner with respect to self-hosted versions with of AI. You don't want to send your data to OpenAI. You don't want to use other APIs as well. So that you can buy just a VPS, and you can self-host your LLM. You can self-host your database and everything there. You can protect your data into that local instant. Make.com is harder to predict with respect to steps. If you have more steps, then it will charge you more, but people usually prefer it because it's easier to go with. So that's it. Let me know what are your thoughts on this, and what features you like. What is your most favorite automation tool, and why is that? What's the top feature of it? And maybe we can discuss that in another video. Thank you.